chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls out there. Many of you are in a place where perhaps you were discarded or reverse discarded, and the narcissist ghosted you or gave you silent treatment, and you may have found yourself in a place where you was trying to repair the relationship with the narcissist involved in your life, but they maintained ignoring you. They told you you mean nothing or whatever. They ghosted you or gave you silent treatment, gave you no closure. You got to see there was a lot of motives and agendas in why they done that to you. The discard, right? There's a number of them being inflicted narcissistic injuries. It's hard for them to be around you being an authentic, genuine soul. It irritates their spirit. They look for an escape. They find a new supply. But there's a lot of agendas and motives behind why they done that, right? But they did know they were doing wrong to you. This is what makes them evil. They consciously knew they were doing wrong to you and hurting you, okay? And they go on with their lives, right? Now they don't want to see you. Some of you stay in a place stuck where you yearn to speak to the narcissist. But as much as the narcissist wants to see you or get you back in their life, it becomes a figment of their imagination and a rumination, right? That they have to live with. It becomes something that haunts them. So they have to live with this memory of you and things like that. But they don't actually act out on it because they're scared to confront you. They don't have the words to say. The way they treated you was so unjustified and horrible, and they know how authentic you are and your morals. They knew your temperament. They know you're not gonna respond well to them. So you become a figment of their imagination that they dwell back on, right? This is what happens. But they're running scared. They don't want to confront you, right? Not without a huge smear campaign or all their flying monkeys, right? Perhaps that might happen, right? They might try and do something like that, the ones involved in your life. But other than that, they don't want to speak to you level to level, eye to eye, and have a talk through with you. Because they know there's nothing they can say. You're right, they're wrong. They know they done wrong. Now, this is why they play dumb. They play dumb. Like, as if they don't know they're doing wrong. They know they're doing wrong. You might get it in their head, like, you might get it in your head, like, oh, they're really, like, because I say it, they're dusty weirdos, they're deranged, they're this. You might start thinking that they're not conscious of the fact they're doing wrong. They're very conscious that they done wrong. And this is one of the main reasons why there's that, this is one of the main reasons why they stay away from you, okay? And then they'll do things from a distance, to satisfy their urge of trying. They'll provoke you from a distance, or they'll do something from a distance, like a fake profile or something annoying. They'll provoke you from a distance, maybe, but they can't confront you, like talking level to level, human to human, real to real, because they can't be real. You know what I'm saying? So when you have a person that can't be real, they can't. They know they done wrong. They can't get themselves out of this one. That's what you gotta see. That's what they see in you. They know they can't pull the wool over your eyes, right? So this is why a lot of the times you have that huge, the disappearance, them just going away. The narcissist involved in your life. You'll have them going away. This is what will happen. So they know they done wrong, and they're running scared. Basically, they're running scared. What can they say? What can they possibly say? What can they possibly say? Without studying your temperament from a distance. You see? This is why they do that. They're provoking. It's still an agenda. Right? Even though they don't want to confront you, they might provoke you. See if you're healed. See, they do this. They spy on you. They do all this stuff. Right? They never let go. They're fucking weirdos. Right? But they're conscious of the wrong they're doing. Okay? And if you understand, they're caught in a bind through their own faults in who they are. Okay? They desire you. You become an imagination, a fantasy in their minds, something they can't get back. And they pretend everything in the opposite way. Okay? But it still haunts them. And I think this could be looked at as God's will, you know, on them. Or the karma. However you want to look at it. Or the universe. Causing them to be in a bind. And that's why they try to portray everything to you that you mean nothing. But you weigh heavily on their minds. Remember, they had a number of reasons why they can't be around you. It's not because of the reasons you think. It's not because you're too big or you're too small or you're too fat or you're too thin or you're too this or you're too that or you're too light or you're too dark. It's not because of these things they may try and instill in you. It's because you irritated them. You irritated the spirit. It was like a bittersweet. They were getting sweet, potent supply, but then a bitter thing from, you know, the narcissistic injuries that are inflicted. Things that made them have a realization of how disgusting human beings they are. Right? The authenticity is such a high vibration. In the spiritual realm, they can't take this being around you. You know? Every living, waking moment when you're just living your, I'm not saying you're perfect, but you're living your authentic lifestyle, vibrating at a high frequency. They have a constant reflection of how disgusting, despicable, and if you really knew who they were, they wouldn't want to be around you. You know? So this is kind of closure in a way for them as well. Like, if they be nasty and mean, even though they can't really control it, but if they be nasty and mean, what they see from that is, if you're willing to accept that and still take them back in your life, then it's going to be a whole lot worse, because they don't even need to put on this performance any longer. They can still have your supply and just be mean to you. So that's what they try to push you down to be. Someone that they can be mean to, do whatever to, and still get your supply. So don't be from that fold, right? Or if you have gone down a path where you've let them back, time to pull away, right? You don't want to be from that fold, right? Who they've just given who they've pushed down so much to make them just accept their toxic behavior, their inner darkness. This is why it's not going to work out with them. You need to remove that from your mind. You know, it's not going to work out with them in the, you know, letting them back in. Because they've already shown you all these things. And I know forgiveness is a wonderful thing and all that, but they don't appreciate that. They don't value that. You know, why are they going to value forgiveness from you? They're not going to value forgiveness from you. They'll look at it as they manipulated you and they wormed their way back. That's their vision. Okay? But they're conscious they're wrongs in every interaction in their life. Even you know, in the interactions when they were just mirroring you and deceiving you, they felt so inauthentic then. You know, they feel inauthentic. This is why they can't be themselves. They're so detached from their real true self. Okay? And they have this affiliation with the dark side that's in them. An extension of themselves that comes out. One of their personas, but they're plugged into that, but they're distant from their real, from authenticity, from vibrating at that frequency. So this is the main reason why, you know, you were discarded, or they can't confront you now as well. You know, you're discarded because you irritated them, but now they can't confront you. You know, because they know there's nothing they can say. What can they possibly say? So think about that, okay? And hopefully this gives you some clarity and understanding why they can't talk to you, or why they've just done some weird baiting. You know, look out for the hoovers. There's some things that have happened, you know. Could be fake profiles, Could be something. It's very significant. Anything that they do after they've done a ghosting or silent treatment or whatever, and then they're breaking that, So in the physical realm, they're not having a conversation with you, yet they're spending all their time spying on your social media, provoking your fake profiles, calling you from blocked numbers, doing whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. This is what they're doing. Okay? They can't. The only way. This is why they provoke you. They see how you respond to that. And if you cave in, like you're willing to accept them back, then they'll actually do, a declaration of love Hoover, or they'll try a Hoover in another way. One way you're going to give in. But they study you from these things. So those of you that have maybe, you can't really see it, but some things happened at the after, like a weird indirect Hoover or something like that, or they done some, some weird type of Hoover, right? Some temperament checker, Obviously they assessed that and they saw that you're not interested in them. They must have gauged that from you. You see, so this is why a lot of you have had Hoovers, but you don't realize it. So anyway, just understand the narcissist knows they done you wrong. This is very important to understand. And now they're running scared. They can't confront you. They have an inferiority complex around you. They feel they envy you. They envy your authenticity. No matter how much they're trying to paint. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.